Hello guys. Always out of breath, aren't I? Hope you're okay. So it seems that I only come on and manage to do these just when I have an urge, and I've had a little urge to chat to you again, guys, and it was a really lovely response. Thank you so much. For the last time I did a bit of a vlog talking about preparing for having the baby and preparing the business and things. So thank you very much for your lovely comments and support on that one. I think a few of you enjoyed that. So I thought I'd do another one as the baby has not yet arrived. And I am still sort of preparing. I feel like, yeah, I'm in possibly much better, a bit more ready, I think is probably the best way to describe it. So I thought I'd come on and have a little chat with you guys. So yeah, what's happened since we last spoke? Well, since we last spoke, Mason, my little boy, who is currently at school, he's in reception, he has just finished, so he's now on summer holidays. And actually the day they broke up from the day after they broke up from school, we had a family holiday for 2 weeks. So I thought I'd chat about that, about going away so heavily pregnant, and just how I found it, and any any tips and tricks that I have for you. Anyone else is in a similar situation, whether that's going away at home or abroad. And then I thought I'd chat to you today about how we're starting to prepare Mason. I think as things are starting to feel a little bit real, so things are going to happen soon. So yeah, so I'm not quite due yet, but it's getting very close. And Mason, my first, was very late, very late, and this time I've got a feeling we're going to be early, and I don't know why. I've kept saying it the whole way through. I just have a feeling. I feel ready. I feel like the baby is ready, or it might just be wishful thinking because I was inducing all that jazz last time. I think it's maybe me hoping that I don't have to do that again. I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we? But as we're starting to feel, as a family, we feel like the baby will be here soon. I think we're starting to prepare and get ourselves ready and talk to Mason a lot more about the baby. So I'll talk to you about that as well. So yes, we've just had a little break. It was lovely. It was really nice actually to go away, and it was just the last chance of us being just the three of us as well. And particularly after having lockdown, and then I feel like last time I spoke it was all a bit manic. It was all me. I was very focused on getting the business ready and getting it sorted for finishing, mainly for having Mason at home, because I'm finding it really hard. A lot less energy these days, just physically being able to move around after chasing after a 5-year-old who has a lot of energy, and trying to prepare the business for not closing down but for the team. I've got 3 amazing ladies who work for me, who are going to be helping me to keep the business running so that I can have a bit of time with my baby. It's been very much like in my focus, and Mason finishing school, so then for us to go straight away was really nice and have a bit of chill. I even managed to read a book, which I can't believe it. It took me 2 weeks, but I managed to read a book, and I'm not a big reader anyway, so that was really lovely. But we had a really nice time, and lovely to just being able to eat out again, like I said, after having lockdown as well. Our lockdown has been very tense, like everyone else's. I got the book deal at the beginning of lockdown, so I was writing a book. I had to write the book in like 10 days or something, whilst having Mason at home, whilst my husband works full-time as well, and I run the business as well. So lockdown has been really pretty stressful, if I'm honest. So it's all been very like tunnel vision, and I've been very focused on lots of lists and ticking stuff off. So it was nice just to go away and not have lists and put my phone down and spend time as a family, and that was really lovely. And I was going to share some tips for while we were away, because it was really, as lovely as it was really nice. And definitely don't want to sound ungrateful or moany, but I did find it hard, and I found it harder than I thought I would. Just physically, I'm very heavy now. I found it physically hard, and obviously the hot weather as well, harder than I thought I would find it, which I found it particularly exhausting, and also relying on my husband a lot. I felt like he was having to take it, just carrying stuff, all that sort of stuff. you know, we share everything, so it's really tricky that I felt like I was relying on him a lot, but he's ace and he's very good at all that, and he would never complain. But just even sitting out, going out for dinner in the evenings, you know, sometimes you get those really crappy chairs and it's just so uncomfortable when you're feeling really big and heavy. But yeah, so I have jotted down actually a couple of tips that I thought might help for anyone else looking at going away whilst heavily pregnant. It's the latest I've ever gone away before, and yeah, like I said, it was a lot harder than I thought it'd be. We still had a lovely time, lots of relaxing, lots of naps, lots of eating, which I'm very good at. Sleeping and eating I'm very good at, but I did find it very hard with the heat as well, I think. And also we're the kind of family that when we go on holiday, we do have days on the beach, but we're still like up and out early, and we didn't really spend a lot of time like in the hotel just because of all that's going on at the minute. So it was a lot of getting up, out the hotel, on the beach, out in the car, exploring, that sort of stuff. So we're not really very good at sitting still, but maybe I should have sat still a little bit more, because I must confess, last week once we'd gone back, and it wasn't holiday blues or anything like that. It was just, I think I came back, and because I've been so focused on getting us away, getting packed to go away, and or finishing Mason off at school and finishing work and stuff, when we got back, I almost felt, yeah, I felt really funny actually. I found my emotions last week, my hormones have been quite all over the place. I felt quite emotional. I felt quite low last week for a little bit, and almost quite overwhelmed at having Mason at home again for the full day, trying to entertain him, almost like lockdown again, and being even heavier and even bigger, and the hot weather as well. I mean, it was crazy hot last week, wasn't it? So I think I found it just maybe a lot all at once last week. But yeah, I feel it, and I was going to do a video, and I wasn't in the place to do a video, so I feel much better now. And I think we've just gently as a family got back into our routine of, and my husband's back working full time, so it's just the way it is really. But yeah, I think we've got back into our own rhythm. Anyway, I was going to chat about being on holiday, being away, whether it's in England or you are going abroad, and the hot weather. I mean, it's a gorgeous sunny day today. If you're abroad, some things that might help if you're like heavily pregnant like me, sprays. Spray, honestly. And it sounds ridiculous, but first of all, I picked up a cooling spray in the pound shop. You know, the ones where it's like a cooling mist. Absolutely love that. Should have taken about 10 bottles of that. That was amazing. I haven't got with me, afraid. I completely emptied it on the holiday. Pound shop, you can get a cooling spray. Best thing ever. And I'm going to pick some up as well, particularly while the weather's so hot here, and there's like no breeze either. Found it really lovely, just to really refresh it. Actually, it was really hot, and also Mason loves spraying it on me, so that was good. Almost a bit like child labour, isn't it? Getting a child to fan you. I would be like, oh Mace, do you want to just spray mum? And he just loved like spraying me with it. I'm like, cheers mate, I'll pay you with ice creams. So that was quite nice, him spraying me and cooling me down. Found that really handy. I found having suntan lotion in a spray form. There's a lot of surface area that needs covering now. It's a bit harder to get to like the back of the legs and stuff, and bending down. I found just having a spray SPF so much easier, so that was really handy. And then also you can now get, I can't remember the brand that I was using, but you can get, and I just happened to pick it up, you know, when you're in the queue at Boots, and it was one of those, so spotted it and grabbed it, you know, completely fell for it promotion thing, but actually was really good. It was a spray moisturizer, and I used that as a bit of an after sun as well. And once again, just not having to try and reach places and rub places that you can't when you're not so flexible. It was quite nice. And just being able to spray it and cool yourself down, and yeah, you can spray it and you don't have to even rub it in. It was lovely for moisturising the skin if you've been out in the sun all day, or just when you get out of the shower. I found it really handy, and again, I used it all, so I need to go and get it. I've got a great long list for what I need to go and top up all the things that I ran out, but I just spray everything. I found really, really useful. My other tip would be about really think about how you're going to be spending the day. So like I said, we were on the beach and it was ridiculous for the sunbed. So my husband kept saying, should we get one? I was like, no, like I can't bring ourselves to spend that much money on a sunbed. So we had like a blow up lilo and I would just lie and sit on that. But just to really think about it, towards the end of the holiday I was like, you know, we should have just brought a deck chair or something. You can get those like low deck chairs. If we'd have bought that at the beginning, probably would have been a bit easier. Just found it a bit uncomfortable and physically getting up and down and trying to build sandcastles and stuff and that sort of stuff. So maybe just think about that, because yeah, I found that quite exhausting and physically was quite a lot to take on. So it's just about getting comfortable, isn't it? And I was struggling to get comfortable. So, and then when it is so hot, I just couldn't be bothered to sit in the sun. It was like unbearably hot. So just loads of shade. I took, for the first time ever, I took a hat with me. I'm not really a hat person. I don't suit hats. I just look dreadful in hats. Some people look amazing. I look dreadful in a hat. Took a hat with me, and yeah, really glad I did actually, just to keep the sun off me. We had a brolly anyway for having Mace with us, but I just found that I wasn't too bothered about sitting out in the sun and just wanted the shade because it was so hot, and swimming and stuff. Swimming was amazing, just that feeling of weightlessness and when you're really heavy is amazing. That was really good. But yeah, just thinking about like shade and stuff for yourself, because you're gonna need to keep hydrated and all that sort of stuff. And then my final one, I'm laughing because I got on holiday and I packed like all my usual sandals. I don't know about you, you got like a few sandals that you always take on holiday, like the bright pretty ones. Well, once we got there, could I get my great fat feet in them? No, I couldn't. I tried them on in England to check. Yep, fine. Got over there. The heat, my feet were just they were huge. They were so swollen and hot, and they haven't really gone down. They're still pretty big actually, but there's only one pair of sandals that I could actually get my feet on. And by the evening, if you're going out for dinner and stuff, you kick your shoes off under the table, don't you? I couldn't get them back on again one night. I had to walk home without and have to carry them. So that's just something, you know, have sandals where either a buckle that you could stretch, and luckily I was able to adapt it. But some of the more slidey ones, the ones that with the like band across, they just they didn't come close, so they didn't even get worn on holiday. So maybe that might help. And just your clothing as well. I wanted more of the big floaty dresses. I got a few bits and pieces from Boohoo. I found really good this year. Got a couple on ASOS, but I bought more fitted dresses, and actually once I was there, it was just a bit too close and a bit too hot and stuff. So it was more like the floaty things and these sorts of ones where they're just baggy and they're elasticated. Good old elastic. So yeah, I found those really useful just for being away and stuff. I found it really helpful. Yeah, so that was our little holiday as a family. Nice to spend it as a three, and very strange to keep thinking, well, next time we go away it'll be 4 of us, which is very strange. Goodness knows when we'll get a chance to go away again with all that's going on. But yeah, it is funny that there's soon going to be 4 of us. So since getting back, we've not panic bought as such. We've been a bit more methodical. Before we were just getting things. My sister's been great at giving me lots of stuff. She's got a 1-year-old, lots of stuff that they finish with. We had lots of our baby stuff from when Mason was tiny. I mean, that's like 5 years old now. Was in my parents' loft. They brought that down, so I've been going through this week, doing bits of sorting in. Like, I'm sat in the nursery now, sorting things out, cleaning things, just checking what we've got, checking what we need, making lists and all that sort of stuff. So we've been doing that since we got back, and I think that's really helped us prepare. And part of that has been getting Mason involved as well. So he was like helping his dad to build the cot, and he was helping me to clean the car seat and stuff. And we've been going through and just sorting out the clothes as well. That was quite a nice one, sorting out all Mason's old clothes. And then I was showing Mason like, look, you used to fit in these. And so it's been really nice doing that. And then part of us, since getting back, I've been making a special effort of making sure that Mason does feel prepared as much as he can. I mean, he's 5.5, so he has a good understanding, but I think it's still going to be very different for him. So we've been having lots of chats, particularly like things about times of the day, you know, like, oh, when you go to school, I'll probably have to carry the baby, like I'll maybe wear the baby, and I was showing him like the sling, or we'll go in the pram, and we just recently got the pram. And stuff like that, just preparing him for those sorts of times of the day. And then we were talking about bedtime as well, that it won't just be him that we're putting to bed, it'll be the baby as well, and that involves bathing the baby. And so we've been having those sorts of chats, really, just not necessarily sitting him down to do that, just as and when it comes out, like dinner time, like, oh, won't it be funny when we'll have another one joining us for dinner, and when we lay the table we'll be laying it for 4 instead of 3, and that sort of stuff, just to get him in that mindset of the baby's coming. So like just lots and lots of talking and conversations. And this morning Mason was talking about washing the baby's face and bathing the baby, so he's obviously starting to get in the mindset and start thinking about it as well. And then another thing I really like to do is read with Mace. Like reading stories and books with young children is a really lovely way of preparing them, whether it's starting school or whatever it is. There's loads of amazing books out there. I had all intentions, and I think I might have mentioned it last time in the video, that I had all intentions of buying books. I haven't actually, I must confess, I still haven't bought any books, but my wonderful friends, all my girls, have sent Mason a book. I got Mason one, so I wanted to show you this one. Any products or anything that I'm talking about or showing you, like, they're not affiliate, I'm just showing you, I'm not getting paid for it. This is One Special Day by Lola Schaefer. Very sweet. Now my girls did warn me when I read this with Mason I'd probably cry. And of course I did cry. My lovely girls wrote a little message to Mason on the back as well, which made me cry. So 6 o'clock this morning I was sobbing reading this to Mace, but all about preparing him, just how amazing he is, and that it's going to get better, even better, becoming a big brother. And it's just really lovely illustrations, a really nice book. So just nice to read that together, and it just starts conversations, and that's when he started then talking about washing the baby's face. So we've been doing that, lots of stories. If you're looking for more stories, a book list, I asked the good old PlayHerrera community group for any suggestions of stories that you might have, and there's a great long book list on the PlayHerrera website. If you type in baby, I'm sure it'll come up, or preparing for a baby or something, or preparing for a sibling, I can't remember what I called it, something like that. I'll put a link on the video. You can find it there, and there are all some really lovely books if you're a bit more organised than me and actually managed to get some ordered before the baby arrives. And then finally I wanted to do a little thing of just, like I said, getting Mason involved in getting stuff for the baby. We went and we chose some bits and pieces for the baby. So he chose a soft toy. I have to confess, so we went to TK Maxx for this actually, just because it's nearby and I don't have to walk far. We just nipped into TK Maxx. I thought they'd have a good selection. I must admit, you know, you have in your head that it's going to be wonderful and he's going to take his time choosing a really lovely soft toy for the baby and it'll be really sentimental. I have to confess, because of all the other toys in TK Maxx, Mace was totally focused on all the vehicles on offer. I was just a bit like, yeah, that one. I was like, well, let's take our time and find a nice one. He's like, yeah, that one. And I bought all this, yeah, all that one. He wasn't really into it that much, to be honest. He's not a big soft toy lover. Anyway, we did decide on this one. He was very cute and a lovely soft elephant. He's all squidgy. He's got like beanbaggy sort of feel in him. Very soft, never going to stay white, is he? But matches the decor of the room quite well. So I had a bit of influence on that one because one of the other ones wasn't great. And then he got him a little outfit as well, which is quite cute because it's Batman one. That. So that was just in TK Maxx, just got him a little suit with a bib and stuff, just so that, and he was then saying, you know, oh, I can dress him and I can put that on, because Mason has a Batman t-shirt and he was saying we could both wear our Batman together. So that was quite nice, again in the car on the way home, just having a little chat about that. So just getting those sorts of bits and pieces I found has really helped him to prepare, and also for me to prepare, and my husband, for us to have those conversations and chats too, because our hypnobirthing classes are finished now. So yeah, so my task now for this week, I maybe should have done it a bit earlier because I think the baby's going to be here soon, is to get my hospital bag packed and sorted. I'm doing that, so that's my job for today. And then once I've done that, maybe I can go through, if you want, I can share what I've packed in that. But we'll see, because I'm very last minute and very unorganised. But yeah, the baby's bag is packed. but I haven't done mine yet, so I'm going to do mine because, yeah, the first time when we had Mace, we actually forgot to take nappies and we had to borrow some from the hospital, so there you go. All right, so yeah, that's it from me, guys. So I hope you found that helpful or interesting or whatever. Another vlog, and they will come as and when, I think, and it's just nice to share it with you. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you later, guys. Bye.